Brought to you by Lister Pros TV, streaming from Tempe, Arizona. And we're live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good afternoon, Facebook. Jordan Nielsen here, host of Real Estate Pros on Lister Pros TV. And today we have another very special guest, Mr. Daniel Barraza of My Home Group.
Hello.
Welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us this afternoon.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure to have you on the show. And today we're going to be talking about mastering your sphere. And we'll give you a few minutes to kind of introduce yourself for those that don't know who you are and how you got into real estate. And
Sure.
Give us a little background on yourself.
So I've been doing, I got into real estate in 2011, April. So I've been in it for about almost 6.5 years. And I joined My Home Group in 2012. So I've been with them for 5 years now.
That's pretty close to when they started, right? They didn't start too...
Actually, they started in 2003 or 4.
Oh, really?
Mark and Jeremy did.
Yeah.
But they were, with 5 to 10 agents all the way through 2012 is when they started building it. I was actually number 13 agent hired on. Right now they have, I think they have them like 1,200 or 1,300 agents.
They're always on that Inc. 500 or 5,000 or whatever.
It's blew up, man. So I've watched them blow up, and I've blown up with them as well. I've grown, and they've grown. We've grown together. But I was number 13 agent hired on.
Dang.
So it's been a good ride.
Yeah, that's awesome. Sweet. So today we're going to be talking about mastering your sphere. And you have some unique things that you do that you don't see everybody doing, but today you're going to share some of your secrets. Yeah. But anyways, so we'll start by talking about your top 150 list. Obviously, one of your I know we were talking a little bit about before this, you used to do a lot of like Zillow leads, maybe you still do, but you realized at some point in time that the majority of your business came from your sphere of influence and from referrals.
Correct. And I was challenged by a coach back then who told me, what is your ROI? What are your numbers? I was like, well, what do you mean by that? All your deals you've closed, what percentage came from where? Where did they come from? I don't know. And it's interesting that, this is barely I was probably into it a year and a half, maybe 2 years. And it's interesting that a lot of agents don't know where their business come from. They can tell you how much they spend on Zillow, whether it's, $250 a month or $2,500 a month, whatever it is. They'll know how much they spend, but very few of them actually know what it brings back, right?
Right.
So I did run my numbers, and I figured, wow, like over half of my business comes from my sphere, from my database, or referrals from them. So my coach said, you need to be more intentional about this. You're spending, at that time, $800 on Zillow a month. Do you even spend half of that on your database? And the answer is like, no, I don't spend anything on them.
Right.
Well, be more intentional about that. And that's where I learned about the top 150 list. And the top 150 list is divided by 3 lists of 50 people each. And the idea is to get a list, an actual list, whether it's on a spreadsheet, on a notepad, on a CRM. And back then it was Big Purple Dot. And I still have Big Purple Dot only for my top 150 list. That's what I use, Big Purple Dot. Back then it was like $20 a month. Now it's like things like 50 or $60 a month or something like that. Anyways, but back then it was Big Purple Dot, and I did one list is 50 of your top 50 clients. Top 50 clients are clients who have done business with you and have referred you. And then the next 50 list is your top favorite people. And these are people that you would like to do business with. For example, it can be your mentor, if you're a woman, or your soccer mom's club, your biking club, anything. You get a list of people that you like. These people, they're cool, and you put them in your favorite list because you would like to do business with them. And the idea is to get them in your radar, and I'll tell you why in a little bit, or how they are in your radar. So top 50 favorite people are people you would like to do business with and have referred you or may refer you. And then the top 50 business people. So that's 50 clients, 50 favorite people, and 50 business people. 50 business people could be attorneys, whether tax attorneys or divorce attorneys is a big one. Landscapers refer me a lot of business. Tax preparers, CPAs, restaurant owners, hairstylists, they refer a lot of business. So get a list of 50 business people that can refer business to you. the list will never be perfect. So don't worry about perfecting that list. And because I know a lot of agents, they come new into the business and they're like, oh, my business card needs to be perfect. My sign needs to be perfect. And they spend so much time and energy perfecting their signs, their business cards, that they never actually do business. So the top 150 list is never going to be perfect. You're always going to be working it. You're always going to be switching it. You're always going to be taking people out. You know, for example, one of my top, and it's lately because the market is so good right now, everybody and their mamas have been getting their real estate license.
Right.
So there's people in my top 50 clients that I've been taking out because, you know, their son got the real estate license. Well, you know, Aunt Susie's not going to refer any more business to me, so I got to take her out, right?
Right.
Or, you know, their uncle or their dad got their license, or they got their license. And so you take those people out because the top 50 people, you're intentional about these people. You know their birthdays. You know what's going on in their lives. You're stalking them on Facebook for any life events. For example, graduations, right? Anything, those are good events. Graduations, they had a baby. On babies, I mail a box of diapers with the ribbon. On birthdays, I mail a nice cupcakes. On graduations, a nice champagne bottle. On anniversaries, a nice champagne bottle. And I also do sad things because life events is not only happy, it's sad things can happen. You know, their dog passed away, their grandma passed away, a loved one passed away. Then I sent flowers for all those sad events. So if they're on your radar, like I mentioned, the 50 favorite people, if they're on your radar and you're sending them stuff, they're going to remember you. You're top of mind, and they'll start referring you. Now, sometimes business people, I have some business people in my top 50 business people, and, you know, they may not refer business to me for a while. Those take a while, right?
Right.
It's kind of like a lender going after a realtor's business, right? They take you out to lunch and they send you stuff, and after like 3 months, you're not sending them anything, then they stop, right? Same thing. You reach out to an attorney, you reach out to a CPA or somebody you know who can refer business to you. They're on your radar. You send them birthday cake, cupcakes. You send them life, whatever. Take them out to lunch. Take them golfing. After a while, if they don't send you business, get them out of that list and get somebody else in there. You want people in this list that will refer business to you eventually.
Right. Oh, wow.
That's kind of how I break it down. Top 50 clients, top 50 favorite people, and top 50 business people.
Awesome. So that sounds like a great way to be intentional about who is on your radar, you know, working with those people that are likely and that are the biggest referrers of your business, and for those, and then obviously taking those people out that, you know, don't have that potential of the referral. So let's talk a little bit about, so you do some special things with your top 150 list.
Yeah.
One that I noticed, and I've seen a couple of your Facebook Live videos on your pop buys. I think one in particular, you gave away some furniture. Talk to us a little bit about the pop buys.
So the pop buys have been huge. I've started doing live video. Facebook Live for me has been crazy. It's been phenomenal. Has been amazing. I don't know why people are so attracted to it. They love it, you know. I think we're on Facebook Live right now, right?
Yeah, we are.
Like, you know, if I make a mistake, if I accidentally cuss, you know, whatever, it's mistakes can happen, right? You're live on Facebook. One time I was doing a Facebook Live video, and that was a pop by, and as soon as I got out of the truck, there was a landscaper next to me, and he turns on his weed eater. You couldn't hear anything, right? But anything can happen. And I think people like that. They're attracted to that. You know, it's not the whole Instagram Photoshop. It's like, it's raw. Real. This is what it is. It's real. So on the pop buys, what I do is I stop by a client's house and I give them a gift. You mentioned furniture. I've done that. Convention ovens, Cardinal Club seat tickets, iPads. So I've done pop buys for clients who are really, really good to me. And there's nothing, you know, because you cannot give gifts because they refer stuff to you. But you can't give gifts because they're your friends. You know, you can give gifts to anybody just because. So that's what I do. I don't tie it up to anything, just to be right, to be in compliance.
100%.
Yeah.
Awesome. So pop buys, you have a birthday program, and then also Letters of the Heart.
Yeah. So birthday programs is I just deliver cupcakes, right? And I do have a runner or courier that does that. But once in a while, I like to do it. I probably said lately I've been so busy, but I would like to do it at least once a week. That hasn't been happening, if I'm honest. And even my top 150 list, I think it's all over the place, you know. So I'm not perfect. I'm still trying to perfect my business. So my birthdays, I want to go at least once a week. Lately, I've been going maybe once a month. And when I do it, I do maybe a little picture or a little video of me dropping off these cakes. I like doing that because clients, when they see you, they're like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're bringing me, the cupcakes. I can't believe it's you." And it all goes back to the live videos I was talking about. And you mentioned it to me too. You say, "Well, I kind of know you from social media or videos, right?"
Exactly. Yeah. Because even me, people are intrigued by somebody doing something, and your personality and how you're out there, just like live and raw. Like if Daniel came up and he's on Facebook Live with me, it's like I'm part of his reality show on Facebook Live. People love it.
Yeah, people love it, and people tell me, he's like, I feel like you're like a celebrity. Yeah. I'm like, why? He's like, I watch you on Facebook Live so much. So I mean, it's fun. It's fun because you just like to see that smile on these clients' face. You like to connect with them. You just want to make somebody feel good, and especially when you. In your hand, you're carrying an iPad, you make them feel really good, right? And you're staying top of mind, and they love you. They're your raving fans. I mean, they'll refer you to just everybody and anybody because you just give them a freaking iPad. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, you remembered their birthday, and you didn't send out a cheesy email with the birthday balloons. You actually went out there with birthday cupcakes.
Yeah.
So, I do pop-bys, birthday programs, and Letters of the Heart have been huge in my business. Letters of the Heart is just what it is. It's letter from your heart. And at first, my database, when it wasn't so big, I would handwrite them. Now I type them. It's 150 letters to send out. Is quite a few.
Oh, wow.
And these letters are just, for example, quick example. One time I wrote a letter about when my firstborn Joshua was born. Obviously, the first thing that I did was held him and kissed my wife and, all that good stuff. But then the second thing that I did, I walked into the waiting room the visitor's room where my mom was waiting, for the good news. And I went out there, man, and I was just crying, and I hugged her. And I kept saying sorry. And she's like, "Why do you keep saying sorry?" He's like, "I just put you through so much because I made this woman suffer so much." And until I held my baby in my arms, I could kind of feel her pain of when I was a bad boy, when I made her suffer a lot. And until that, and it hit me when I held my son in my arms, like, man, I put my mom through all kinds of crap. So I went straight into that room and I apologized to her. And I wrote that in the Letter of the Heart. And that had a huge impact. I was getting text messages and calls, and that was huge. And another thing that happened too on my Letters of the Hearts, I would talk a lot about my grandpa. He lived to be 104.
Oh,
so when I would visit him a lot, he had so many cool things to talk about. I mean, the dude lived through a century. He had some crazy stories, right? So I would talk a lot about him in my Letters of the Heart. And in his funeral, one of my clients was there, and I'm like, does she know my family? How does she know my grandpa? And she walked up to me with these, with these flowers, and she said, you would talk so much about your grandpa in your letters that I felt like I knew him, and I wanted to be able to support you. That right there told me these Letters of the Hearts are huge. They were connecting me with my clients at a whole different level, because people are people will only refer you if they like you. You have to be you can't be a douche. People need to like you if they're going to refer you. And the best way to be likable is to expose your heart to them. In the Letters of the Heart, you expose your fears, your successes, your failures, your everything, right? It's a letter to the heart. And when people like you, they're going to refer you. So the Letters of the Heart, pop-bys, birthday programs, and my live videos have been a huge part of my business.
So how long have you been on Facebook Live's been around? I think 2 years now. How long have you been on the Facebook Live thing?
2 years. I mean, right when it came.
Day one.
I was. I think it had barely came out, and within a couple of days, I was already doing a live video on that.
Awesome. So Facebook Live isn't necessarily for everybody. I think a lot of people get nervous in front of the camera. They don't know what to say. How did you get over that? Or have you always been good in front of the camera?
I used to. I was a youth pastor from 2006 through 2013, and I would get a lot of invites to speak outside the city, outside the country. I would get a lot of invites to Central America, South America, and I've been to places where there was an audience of 12 people, and I've been to places where there was like 2,000 people.
Oh, wow.
And I would speak in front of 2,000 people, and there's cameras all over the place. So, yeah,
You're comfortable.
Comfortable and used to it.
Yeah, gotcha. Awesome. So talk to us a little bit about your private Facebook. So we talked about your top 150. So there's I guess, I don't know if you would call it a strategy, but the infrastructure behind the scenes of how you keep these people engaged.
So the top 150 list, I've had that for, it's going on 4 years now. The private group that I did on Facebook for these top 150 people, that's brand new. I started doing that in April. And the reason behind that is for 4 years, the top 150 people on my list, they didn't really know they were on a list. Like, they were getting birthday cupcakes and they were getting pop-bys and they were getting these letters of the hearts, but they didn't know they were part of an exclusive club, right?
Right.
And when I made this Facebook group, now they knew they were part of this exclusive club. And when I did that, they were just ecstatic that they were part of this club, right? So I did it in April. I would average about 10 referrals a month on average. Since April, I went from 10 referrals a month to 25 referrals every month. April, I had about 20, and then May, I had about 22, and June was my best month. I had 31 referrals, so averaging 25 since I did this Facebook group, exclusive for my top 150 people. And I think it did a couple of things. One is that they're able to see, right? What I do is, again, nothing illegal about a raffle. You can do raffles all day long. I would give an entry for a raffle, 1 entry per referral that my clients would give me, that these people would give me. So every referral counted as 1 entry, and every month I would do a raffle. I would do iPads, I would do convention ovens, I would do furniture, I would do a 2-night stay or 3-night staycation at the Monte Lucia. And I would do it live on Facebook, only on this group. I would pull out a name, and people would get all excited about it, and I know somebody who's buying a house or who wants to sell their house, and that just it's been exploding for me. So I feel like I hit something there. So here's a secret that I'm sharing with your listeners.
That is getting results, because that's crazy. Like
From
10
before,
to 15. Now 31 in a
June was
my
best month, yeah, but averaging about 25 a month since then.
So that's the Barraza Platinum Clients Club. And what are the criteria? Like, if you
anybody can request to be a part of it. And you can look it up on Facebook. It's Barraza Platinum Clients Group. It asks 3 questions, and the first question that I ask you is, are you a realtor? And if you are a realtor, you can be honest and say, yeah, I'm a realtor. And the last question is the golden question, which is, would you refer business to Daniel? Right? You can be a realtor, and if you would refer business to me, then I'll allow you in this group. But I'm not going to allow people in this group who are not going to refer business to me. Again, the top 150 list are people who are going to refer business to you. So if somebody says, no, I won't never refer business to Daniel, then I decline them from joining the group. It's an exclusive group, man. Not anybody can be a part of it.
Exactly. That's why people feel honored, because it's not like 10,000 people and all these, when it gets so diluted at that point, when you're exclusive in a small group, people feel like they're part of something special.
And you talk about diluted, right? So, the average person has about 400 to 500 friends on Facebook, right? It's impossible to keep up with that many people, but you could keep up with 150 people. You can know when their birthday is. You can know when something special has happened in their lives. All that, you can keep up with 150 people. You can't keep up with 500 people.
Right. So we know that in order to make this all run, all these pop-bys and birthday things and all this stuff, it's not just you. You got to have a machine behind you that helps you to execute on this stuff. So let's talk a little bit about your unique team setup.
So I have a staff. Right now I have a staff. So my team, obviously the name is Barraza Team. I do have a team of agents. I have 4 agents on my team. Then I also have a staff on my group, I guess. Or there's a staff that have their own salary and they only work for me. But they also do things for my 4 agents. For example, if one of the agents gets a deal in contract, they can use my transaction coordinator. If one of my agents gets a listing, they can use my listing coordinator, who handles all the listings. Transaction coordinator obviously handles all the transactions. I have a showing agent that handles all the buyer showings. I have 2 dialers that all they do is dial, set up appointments, send people to either the listing coordinator or send people over to the showing agent, send people to the loan officers. So that's kind of how my staff is set up. With everything we went through, the top 150, the birthdays, the pop-bys, that's all me. My focus is, number one job should be to be the rainmaker. Bring in the leads, make it rain. So my focus is on my database, on the showing houses, on the writing up offers, on the transaction coordinating, on getting the earnest money. Somebody else handles all that. My main job should be dealing with my top 150, creating more referrals, creating more leads, making it rain, and have them do the rest of the work.
So right now, you're at My Home Group, or you've been there for quite
years.
some time.
Yeah.
Are you guys looking to expand? Like, what does the future of Barraza team look like?
So at the moment, I am focusing on growing, on building my staff. And I think I'm about 2 to 3 months there to where, it's just bulletproof, right? Once that my staff is set, and once that I do a lot of training with them, a lot of one-on-ones with them, a lot of role playing with them. Once I'm very confident of where they're at, then I'm going to focus on building my team, getting more agents on board. At the moment, I'm focusing on the staff. Because to me, the bottom line, my mission statement is to provide first-class service from start to finish. I mentioned people are not going to refer you if they don't like you, which is true. People will definitely dislike you if you don't provide first-class service. You don't answer your phone. You don't return your text messages. If you provide bad service, people are going to dislike you very fast. So for us, it's very important, the customer experience, first-class service from start to finish, and everybody on my staff. Because that's very hard to train somebody on. It's easy to train what to say. Here's a script, say this. That stuff is easy. Call these lists. Here's a dialer. You press this, and you start down. That's easy. What's tough is listen to the client, providing first-class service, going the extra mile. It's very hard to teach somebody to provide first-class service. And I almost feel that first-class service is like a lost art, It's
right.
We see it a lot when we go to, play restaurants, and the waiters really bad.
Or in
service.
a 1950s movie or
Yeah.
like shit over it.
So, it's that has been the hardest part of the training for me. And that's what I mean by, I love my staff, and I think they do have the heart, and I think they do love people. And that's why I say I'm 3 months away from being 100% confident that my staff is always going to provide first-class service and go the extra mile.
Awesome. Well, this has been very informational and a lot of great ideas for agents out there looking to change up their business and focus on their sphere. It's hard. You can't be Daniel Barraza, but you have some great ideas here that anybody could really implement.
Letters of the hearts. That's easy. Just write a letter. Anything. Doesn't have to be about business. You don't have to tell people you're a great realtor. They're going to know that. Be likable. Express your heart to them. That's huge. Letters of the heart. And then send them stuff on their birthday. Who's not going to like that?
Yep. Awesome. So if somebody is out, we know that you said you're about 2-3 months out from growing your team a little bit, but if somebody's out there potentially interested in joining a team and wanting to pick your brain and find out a little bit more about the Barraza team, how do they get a hold of you?
Again, my cell phone 623-340-3957, or my email, pretty easy. It's email@danielbarraza.com.
Awesome. Well, it's been a pleasure having you on the show today.
Thanks for having me, man.
And this has been a episode on Real Estate Pros on Lister Pros TV, and we will see you guys on the next episode.